Do you get dizziness and neck pain, especially pain that starts in the base of the head? If you do, you could be suffering from cervicogenic dizziness. In this video, we're going to give you 3 simple to do exercises, decrease your neck pain and decrease your dizziness. Let's get in the video and take a look. Well, welcome back to another episode of Physio Tips with Marrow. I'm your host, Marrow Burnett. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm a board certified orthopedic specialist in physical therapy and the owner of Australian Physiotherapy Specialists Physical Therapy Center in Jacksonville, Florida, in the USA. For today's video, we're going to talk about cervicogenic dizziness, pain in the base of the head, upper neck. It can trigger dizziness, vertigo-like symptoms. It can be pretty debilitating. In this video, we're going to show you a couple simple exercises that you can do to get your neck feeling a little bit better and decrease the dizziness. And I just want to mention, if you're getting value from this video so far, do us a big favor and hit that like button below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can receive more videos like this in the future on physical therapy related tips. Okay, let's get back into cervicogenic dizziness. How does the neck pain or neck tightness cause dizziness? That's a great question. Some people will describe balance as 3 subsystems. There's the organs of our ear. They play a big role in our balance. There's vision. That's why when there's low lighting or your eyes are closed, you're a little off balance. And third, there's proprioception. Proprioception are nerves that send information to our brain on where our body parts at in space. In the finger joint, I have 20 proprioceptors, nerves, per gram of muscle tissue. I can close my eyes and I know that's about a 90-degree bend in my finger without visual feedback because my body senses where my finger's at in space. In the base of the head, there are 200 proprioceptors plus per gram of muscle tissue. So nowhere in the body has more proprioceptors in the base of the head. So when you sleep wrong, maybe you've had a car accident, maybe your neck's just gotten sore from working on a computer for many years, if that part of your neck starts to become stiff and sore, it can trigger dizziness. This type of dizziness can be very confusing to diagnose appropriately because it looks like other forms of dizziness. For example, BPPV, benign paroxysmal positional vertigo. This is probably the most common talked about dizziness and vertigo that people hear about today. Maybe you roll over in bed and you feel dizzy, or you look up or look down and you feel dizzy, and maybe possibly you've been diagnosed with BPPV. This may be the case, but oftentimes these symptoms are very similar to cervical dizziness. So if you've received one of these maneuvers, these cannulate repositioning maneuvers called Epley maneuvers, and it gave you some relief, but then your symptoms came back pretty quick. And then maybe you've had another one of these maneuvers and your symptoms came back quick, and you've had another and another. Several maneuvers later, you continue to have dizziness. It may not be a bad idea to have it worked up to see if your neck's playing a role in cervicogenic dizziness, especially if you have obvious neck complaints. Pain, limited range of motion, possibly headaches, can also lead to sinus-like pressure and TMJ pain. If that sounds like you could be suffering cervicogenic dizziness. So for this video, we're going to show you a couple simple things that you can do. Let's get into the first exercise, exercise number 1. Exercise number 1 is going to be an isometric neck exercise that will activate the muscles that would normally initiate during rotation. So I'm going to place my hand on the side of my cheek. I'm going to look into my hand. Once I look into my hand, I'm going to gently rotate into my hand, but my hand blocks my rotation. If my hand wasn't blocking, I would end up rotating right. This is a submaximal isometric, which means we want to use very little pressure. Think 5% of all of the strength that you can muster, and that's what we're looking for. It must not cause pain or dizziness when we do it. So I look into my hand, I gently resist, hold it for maybe 6 seconds, and then relax. That would be rep number 1. Look into my hand, gently resist, hold it for 6 seconds, and then gently relax. So maybe we would work up to where you can do 10 or 12 reps. You could also do the same thing in the other direction. Look into my hand, gently rotate. Again, only about 5% effort is needed. Too much effort could trigger neck pain. Neck pain could then trigger dizziness. But that's a great exercise. It exercises the muscles at the base of the head, the muscles that cover the back of C1 and C2. Those are called the suboccipital muscles. They activate when we rotate our head, and the suboccipital muscles activate to extend our head back. So we're going to get into exercise number 2, a neck extension exercise, and we'll show you something else that you could do to get rid of this dizziness for you. Let's get into exercise number 2. Exercise number 2 is going to be an exercise to strengthen the muscles in the back of the neck, the posterior muscles of the neck, especially the suboccipital muscles that protect the upper neck and prevent dizziness and headaches. Let's take a look at this exercise, and we're going to show you a couple different ways that we can do it. In this scenario, hands and knees position, lowering my head down, gently bringing my head back up. I could look down towards my knees, for example, and then back up. You could do this several times, eventually getting to where you could tolerate 3 sets of 10. Another way to do this would be start with my head a little more neutral, and I extend back the upper neck. Now I'm focusing a lot on those suboccipital muscles. If this causes dizziness or neck pain, another alternative thing that we can look at is doing this exercise while leaning on our elbows, maybe seated in a chair. Kind of a seated in a chair, leaning over, prayer position. We've nicknamed it the prayer stretch. Lower your head a little bit, bring it back up, make sure it doesn't produce neck pain or dizziness. Build up to where you could tolerate maybe 3 or 4 sets of 10. This can easily be a once or twice a day exercise, fantastic for decreasing neck pain and cervical dizziness. Let's get into exercise number 3, an exercise for strengthening the front of the neck. For this exercise, we're going to find ourselves lying on our back on a folded towel square. The idea with the towel square is we want to make it just thick enough so that our head is level. Too thin and you might find yourself with your head cocked back a little bit. Too thick and you might find yourself with your head too far forward. Once you get the towel square set up properly, we're going to then begin the exercise. This exercise is to retrain muscle control. It's the head nod and holding exercise. This is an important exercise to retrain the deep neck muscles of the front of your neck for pain relief and muscle control. You lie on your back with knees bent without a pillow under your head and neck. If this is not comfortable, place a small folded towel under your head for support. Start by looking up at a point on the ceiling. Then, with your eyes, look at a spot on the wall just above your knees. Feel the back of your head slide up the bed as you perform a slow and gentle nod, as if you are indicating yes. While doing the exercise, place your hand gently on the front of your neck to feel the superficial muscles. Make sure that they stay soft and relaxed when doing the head nod movement. Stop at the point that you sense the muscles are beginning to harden, but keep looking down with your eyes. Hold this position for 10 seconds and then relax. Look up to a point on the ceiling to resume the starting position, and then you repeat the exercise 10 times. This is a great exercise to do twice a day and maybe eventually 3 times a day. Fantastic for decreasing neck pain and dizziness. Well, that's 3 easy exercises you can do to decrease your neck pain and decrease your dizziness. I hope you enjoyed today's videos. If you did, do me a big favor, don't forget to hit that like button below, share it with your friends, and remember you can always subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching. It's goodbye for now, and we'll see you next time on Physio Tips with Marrow.